Hey guys, it's Martha here. If you're new, welcome. Don't forget to subscribe. If you're returning, welcome back and thank you for returning. So it's been a while since I made an actual video, but I've been doing shorts. So if you get the chance, please go check out my shorts and give them a like. So without any more chit chat, as you have already read from the title of the video, today we're going to be talking about why I stopped using social media. So firstly, I want to get it out there that I'm not saying social media isn't good. In fact, I'm using YouTube right now. That is a social media platform. It's actually a great way for us to communicate, and it's especially good for people who are trying to grow their businesses and even people who are trying to preach the gospel and help others grow their faith on a larger scale. So with that being said, the purpose of this video isn't to pick out what's wrong with social media, but why I stopped using apps like Instagram, Twitter, Facebook, and etc. But with all the good social media can do, it can also be bad. Ask yourself why your parents didn't let you use social media until a certain age. Just ask yourself. These apps don't necessarily care about what's being posted as long as it's getting views. I feel like that's my biggest problem with social media, is that there's no boundaries or limitations on what you can find on there, or even the people you can meet on there. It's not even a matter of looking, because these apps run on an algorithm or what's trending, so you can literally find anything on there, and all different kinds of things are being put in our faces. With that being said, let's read Matthew chapter 6 verse 22 to 23. The eye is the lamp of the body. So if your eye is healthy, your whole body will be full of light. But if your eye is bad, your whole body will be full of darkness. If then the light in you is darkness, how great is the darkness? So I don't think I need to say more than that. But let's start feeding ourselves the word of God instead of like what's trending. So let's get into why I don't use social media. And I think most people like myself stop using social media because of mental health reasons. Like with anything that affects your mental health negatively, whether that may be social media or a relationship or work position, the best option is to leave. I used to be very active on Instagram, and I stopped using it around 2019 or 2020, I'm not sure, for reasons pertaining mental health, which I'll get into in a sec. But I didn't return because I knew it would affect my spiritual health. Because listen, I could have returned once I got my mental health in check, but I decided not to because I understood that it wasn't going to grow me spiritually. It wasn't going to help me spiritually. Listen, I wasn't there. Guys, please take care of your spiritual health. Yes, mental health is important, but spiritual health first. Spiritual Jesus will help you with your mental health. Trust me. So the first reason why I stopped using social media is simply because I didn't need it, and I still don't need it. Guys, don't feel like you have to have social media because your friends or your peers have it. If you simply don't want or need it, you don't have to have it. For me, it ended up being like I was posting for other people. And yes, of course, when you post for other people to see, you post to get likes and views. But I wasn't just seeking likes, I ended up seeking validation and acceptance from people. And it can even go with doing ministry work. If you begin bending the word of God to gain views or likes, then you actually need views and likes, then you need people to know the truth. Let's read Galatians 1 verse 10. For am I now seeking the approval of man or of God? Or am I trying to please man? If I was still trying to please man, I would not be a servant of Christ. Literally. Period. So you need to ask yourself, are you seeking likes and views, or are you seeking more than that? So the second reason is, and I put these two together because they go together, comparison and pressure to be someone you're not. Have you ever heard that saying of, if you don't know who you are, someone else will tell you? Because yes, facts. It's so easy to compare yourself to other people. Even if you don't want to compare yourself, you subconsciously do it. And then like random thoughts like, oh, she's prettier, oh, she's better, oh, she's further in life than me. And you know what? Society teaches us that. It teaches us that we have to look this way to be considered perfect. We have to be at this area of their lives at this age. That those things trigger comparison. Comparison leads you to living a life that's not even yours. You tried so hard being someone you're not, and now there's this pressure of buying these certain clothes, going to these certain places, having these types of phones. You stress yourself crazy, literally crazy, trying to be someone you were never meant to be, and you can never discover yourself while trying to be someone else. Let's read 2 Corinthians chapter 10 verse 12. Not that we dare to classify or compare ourselves with some of those who are commending themselves, but when they measure themselves by one another and compare themselves with one another, they are without understanding. Need I say more? So the third reason why I stopped using the app is because I was addicted. No guys, literally, I'm not even lying to you. I was addicted to Instagram. When I went to sleep at night, that was the last thing. When I woke up in the morning, that was the first thing. I think I even began to get withdrawal symptoms when I was not using it. That's how bad it was. And it even got to a point where I began to be obsessed with people, like stalking their stories, stalking their posts. It became really bad, and I know some of you are guilty of that, and it's okay, but you have to fix it. Instagram literally became my god, literally. Let's read Matthew chapter 6 verse 24. It says, no one can serve two masters, for either he will hate the one and love the other, or he will be devoted to the one and despise the other. You cannot serve God and money, and in this case you cannot serve God and Instagram, God and anything else. Just serve God. Just serve God first. So you must understand that Instagram as a god to me was not sustainable. And that's obvious. There's only one God with whom, through Jesus Christ, we can be adopted in his family as his children. So yeah, like I really had to stop because it wasn't benefiting me, and I began doing it for other people. If you're not doing social media for yourself and for your growth, and just no, that bird flew so close to me. It's okay if you feel like you can't be on social media. It's completely fine. There's nothing wrong with you, and you don't have to explain yourself to people. You don't. If you know yourself and you know your situation, you don't have to explain yourself to people. Don't let anybody pressure you into being on social media. Don't let anybody say, oh, why are you But as I leave you guys, let me leave you guys with a very famous verse. Romans chapter 12 verse 1 and 2. I appeal to you, therefore, brothers, by the mercies of God, to present your bodies as a living sacrifice, holy and acceptable to God, which is your spiritual worship. Do not be conformed to this world, but be transformed by the renewal of your mind, that by testing you may discern what is the will of God, what is good and acceptable and perfect. Okay guys, that is it for this video. If you enjoyed, please give it a big thumbs up and comment down below video ideas you'd like to see in future, and share this video to anyone, to everyone. I will be posting more shorts. That's literally where I'm at most of the time, so please do check out my shorts if you get the chance. And yes guys, that is it from me. I'll see you guys in the next video. God bless.